So now he's saying we politicians should make decisions only after such a study is completed.
Ve ondan sonra biz siyasetçiler karar verelim. Ama bu tür belgelere, bilgilere ulaşmadan sadece 1915'te böyle bir
He says denouncing Turkey for carrying out atrocities in 1915 before any such investigation is entirely unacceptable, he says. So this is basically an appeal to emotion, in my opinion. He's saying, like, why are you denouncing us? Boo-hoo, ha-ha. Well, you know what? There have already been quite a few investigations, into the archives. And as I said before, common sense will tell you that the Armenian Genocide happened. But, whatever. Denouncing Turkey, you don't have to denounce Turkey just for the atrocities that they committed in 1915. You could denounce them for the state of affairs in Turkey right now, the censorship that's going on, the extreme nationalism that's going on about, we're going to stop those damn Armenians, and some of the people who are like, they throw people in prison for even talking about releasing the censorship of the Armenian Genocide. That's stuff you can denounce Turkey for. But let's go on.
katliam yapıldı ifadesiyle Türkiye'yi itham altına almak hiçbir zaman yakışıklı bir durum değil. Bizim bir defa kültürümüzde de medeniyetimizde de soykırım diye bir şey yoktur.
Okay, so he just said before he just said that we should have an investigation before any such thing like genocide is accepted. But now he's saying our society and our culture has never embraced anything ever resembling the concept of genocide. And then he says it is not possible for us to accept such a concept. So, why did you just say before that we should investigate it first and prove it through a joint commission, and now you're saying it's not possible for us to possibly accept it? So what's the point of the investigation? This guy is looping around, all right? He's pulling my leg.
Bunu kabul etmemiz de mümkün değildir. Ve biz bu konuyla ilgili her türlü yüzleşmeye, her türlü
Okay, he's doing the false dichotomy thing again. He's saying, we are ready to speak about this topic in any forum with all categories of information and documents, and we invite Armenia to prepare itself in a similar fashion. Like, Armenia is the only country that matters. Armenia versus Turkey. It's us versus them. Okay, what about, all the other countries around? We're standing there watching this guy say it's us versus them, and we're like, what are we, chopped liver? What the hell? America, Britain, Germany, Russia. We don't matter, apparently. It's just us versus them. False dichotomy.
belgelerle, bilgilerle konuşmaya hazırız. Ermenistan'ı da bu noktada o hazırlıklarını yapmaya davet ediyoruz. Yoksa dünyanın değişik yerlerinde atılan bazı kulislerle, lobi faaliyetleriyle
Okay, now, now he's trying to do sort of a very weird logical fallacy where I can't think of the name, but he says, but it is impossible to force us to accept allegations of genocide as a result of behind-the-scenes lobbying efforts in the parliaments of various countries. All right. What the hell are you trying to say here? Okay? Do you really need the lobbying? Does Armenia really need the lobbying in parliaments in order to prove that the Armenian Genocide happened? No. Now, in order to raise awareness about the Armenian Genocide, I'd say lobbying is definitely needed. Just like Turkish lobbying is needed to increase awareness about that. Lobbying, you can force people and all that stuff. The politics of like saying you better accept the Armenian Genocide, you better not accept the Armenian Genocide. That's Turkey does lobbying too. So the logical fallacy here is, what do the politics have to do with this? You know what? You just have to look at the history. You don't need to say, "Oh, the damn Armenians, those they're just trying to do the political lobbying, and that's why the Armenian Genocide didn't happen." What? What do the politics have to do with proving that the Armenian Genocide happened? So he's trying to stray a little bit and say, "Okay, this is kind of like the Armenian Genocide." No, it's not. Just dead
Meclislerin
wrong.
kalkıp da böyle bir soykırımı bize yakıştırmalarını kabul etmemiz mümkün değil. İstedikleri kadar yakıştırsınlar. Biz bunu kabul etmeyiz.
They can try to force the label on us in this manner as much as they want. We will not accept it. There can be no such acceptance. So he went from saying, "Oh, let's have an investigation," as though he's implying that the Armenian Genocide didn't happen. We'll find out as soon as we do the investigation. Ha ha ha. And now he's saying that there's no way we could possibly accept it. So he's like, "We're open-minded." Now, no, we're not. Okay. Now, and here it is again, us versus them. They can try to force the label on us. He's talking about Armenia, and eventually he's going to say, like, the Western powers are deceived by Armenia. Ho, ho, ha, ha. Hell, you know what? I've never been to Armenia. You know what? I probably will never go to Armenia. Maybe one day, just, when I'm old and I have a lot of money, which I don't have right now. Maybe I'll go, but you know what? It has nothing to do with that. It's about reading the books and using your brain, your common sense. It had to have happened. Blah, there can be no such acceptance. They try to force the label on us. What the hell are you trying to say here? The label. I don't understand that. You're putting a label on us. They're not trying to put a label on Turkey. That's what he's saying. It's about naming what happened. This event is called the genocide. It's not labeling Turkey. It's about putting a name to something that happened in 1915, whereabouts, and correctly naming it. All right? We're not labeling Turkey. It's the event that matters.
Böyle bir şey yok. Ama gelsinler belgeleri çıkarsınlar. Ondan sonra biz tarihimizle de gerekirse
And now, after saying that we will not accept that label of genocide, he says, "But let them come, let them make their documents available. After that, if necessary, we will account for our history." I am saying this very openly. Yeah. You're contradicting yourself in your own speech. You first start off,
hesaplaşırız.
you first start off saying, "Okay, we're very open-minded." Yeah. And then you say, "We're not going to accept that label. There's no way we can possibly accept the label of genocide." The label. Like we're labeling Turkey. No, we're correctly naming the event that happened. And now he's saying, if necessary, we will account for our history. What the fuck are you trying to say, you know?
Çok açık net söylüyorum. Sayın Oskanya'nın ülkelerimiz arasındaki diplomatik sorunlar.
Now he's calling the Armenian question a diplomatic question. It's not a diplomatic question. It's a historical, scholarly question. Now he's saying, "Look, Mr. Iskanian, when I became prime minister, you know there was no air traffic between our countries. I took office. I opened up that air traffic corridor." What does that have to do with the conversation at hand? What is he trying to say? Now remember, I said that most politicians do this. And that's why it's absurd to talk about this guy. But you know what? Osmanian Empire is trying to say, I'm not going to accept this guy's opinion because, he's Turkish or something like that. No, he's a politician. This is common. And so now he's saying, air traffic. What the fuck does air traffic have to do with this? But let's go on. I opened up that air traffic corridor, and I guess now he's implying, and this is how you treat me because I opened up that air traffic corridor? You damn Armenians.